Hello everyone. In last video, we discussed about introduction of acids and bases and indicators. In this video, we will discuss about properties of acids and bases. Properties of acids. The first one, acids are sour to taste. Acids are sour to taste. Example, vinegar, lemon, tamarind, etc. Second property, acids turn blue litmus to red color. Third one, aqueous solutions of acids conduct electricity. Aqueous solution means in any solution, if water acts as a solvent, then that is known as aqueous solution. Or dilute solutions. Aqueous solutions are nothing but dilute solutions. Or dilute acids conduct electricity. Next property, reaction of acids with metals. So what happens when acids react with metals? Some high reactive metals like potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, etc. react with acids and they produce hydrogen gas. So generalized formula, acid plus metal gives rise to salt plus hydrogen. So this is the generalized formula. When acids react with metals, they produce salt and hydrogen gas. So let us take an example. Zinc reacts with HCl, hydrochloric acid. It produces zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. This upward arrow indicates gas. Sodium reacts with HCl, hydrochloric acid. It produces sodium chloride and hydrogen gas. Similarly, magnesium reacts with sulfuric acid. It produces MgSO4, magnesium sulfate plus hydrogen gas. So like this, when metals react with dilute acids, they produce metallic salt and hydrogen gas. Next property, reaction of acids with metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates. So metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate. Generally, acids react with metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates. They produce carbon dioxide gas along with salt and water. So generalized formula, acid plus metal carbonate gives rise to salt plus water plus carbon dioxide, CO2. So that is the generalized formula. So let us take one example for this. HCl, hydrochloric acid, reacts with metal carbonate. Let us take Na2CO3, sodium carbonate, metal carbonate. So it produces sodium chloride, water and carbon dioxide gas. NaCl plus H2O plus CO2, carbon dioxide. Similarly, when acids react with metal hydrogen carbonates, they produce salt, water and carbon dioxide gas. So further generalized formula, acid plus metal hydrogen carbonate gives rise to salt plus water plus CO2, carbon dioxide. For this, let us take one example, HCl, metal hydrogen carbonate. I will take sodium hydrogen carbonate, NaHCO3, gives rise to salt, NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. So this is another chemical property of acids. Next, reaction of acids with bases. Reaction of acids with bases. When acids react with bases, they produce salt and water. So this reaction is known as neutralization reaction. So generalized formula, acid plus base gives rise to salt plus water. It also produces some heat energy also, that is known as heat of neutralization. So this reaction is known as neutralization. So that producing energy is known as heat of neutralization. So I will take one example, HCl, hydrochloric acid, sodium hydroxide gives rise to NaCl, sodium chloride plus H2O, water. Similarly, another example, H2SO4 plus MgOH twice, magnesium hydroxide. So it produces MgSO4, magnesium sulfate and water. So this reaction is known as neutralization reaction. Now another chemical property, reaction of acids with metal oxides. Acids with metal oxides. So what is the nature of metal oxides? Metal oxides are basic in nature. So why they are basic in nature? When metal oxides dissolve in water, they produce bases. If you take Na2O, sodium oxide, MgO, magnesium oxide, or CaO, calcium oxide, when they dissolve in water, they produce bases. NaOH, here Mg, OH twice, here CaOH twice. So all these are bases only. So that is why we can say that metal oxides are basic in nature only. Now, whenever these metal oxides react with acids, they produce salt and water. So generalized formula, acid plus metal oxide gives rise to salt plus water. If you take one example, HCl plus MgO, magnesium oxide, it produces MgCl2, magnesium chloride plus water. To balance that equation, multiply with 2 here. So this is reaction of acids with metal oxides. So these are the properties of acids. Now let us see that properties of bases. So we know that bases are bitter to taste, and bases turns red litmus to blue, red litmus to blue, and aqueous solutions of bases also conduct electricity because they produce OH minus ions. Aqueous bases are dilute bases, conduct electricity. Next, so what happens when bases react with metals? So reaction of bases with metals. Some high reactive metals like sodium react with the bases and they produce salt and hydrogen gas. So generalized formula for reaction of bases with metals, base plus metal gives rise to salt plus hydrogen gas. So let us take an example. NaOH, sodium hydroxide, reacts with the zinc granules, zinc metal. It produces salt and hydrogen gas. Na2ZnO2 plus H2 hydrogen gas. So this Na2ZnO2 is nothing but sodium zincate. So this is the reaction between bases and metals. Next, reaction of bases with acids. When bases react with acids, they produce salt and water. So that reaction is known as neutralization reaction. So base plus acid gives rise to salt plus water. This reaction is known as a neutralization reaction. If you take a base like NaOH plus H2SO4, sulfuric acid gives rise to Na2SO4, sodium sulfate plus H2O, water. This reaction is known as neutralization reaction. Next, reaction of bases with non-metal oxides. Reaction with non-metal oxides. What is the nature of non-metal oxides? Non-metal oxides are acidic in nature, like CO2, SO2, NO2. All these are the non-metal oxides. So these non-metal oxides are acidic in nature because when they dissolve in water, they produce acids. So when CO2 dissolve in water, it produces H2CO3, carbonic acid. When sulfur dioxide dissolve in water, it produces H2SO3, sulfurous acid. When nitrogen dioxide dissolve in water, it produces nitric acid. So because of this, we can say that non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Now, whenever non-metal oxides react with the bases, they produce salt and water. So based on that also we can say non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. So generalized formula: non-metal oxide plus base gives rise to salt plus water. So one example, CO2 plus CaOH twice, calcium hydroxide, also known as slaked lime. So it produces CaCO3, calcium carbonate, and water. So these are the properties of acids and bases.